Karen and Chance from EdibleWildFood.com, and today I'm working on a video about transplanting our favorite weeds. Having said that, let's get started. Today I already have one motherwort, and now there we go. I have two, and bonus, I have some cleavers in there as well. So let's check out what else I'm going to do today. And here I am at another location. Thank you, Melissa. You know who you are, for allowing me to do this. This will be the last plant that I'm going to take home to transplant. And I have a few goodies in here. Instead of going through these one by one right now, I'll wait until they are transplanted. This is where most of my transplants were placed. And the reason why I have different locations is to try to replicate the amount of sunlight in which they're used to getting. And because it's totally impossible to keep the same soil. The ones that you saw earlier when I was out and about was ribwort or narrowleaf plantain. So I got those. I also got a curly dock, which it didn't really matter because my backyard has some anyway. And I got some wild strawberries. Fleabane, but I don't know which specific species. Motherwort. And these were actually transplanted many years ago. And they keep coming back year after year. This is Virginia waterleaf. And behind it, stinging nettles. And these were transplants. And this year, the Virginia waterleaf is actually spreading. It's going to be really hard to compete with the wind right now because we're having a very breezy day. Anyway, this plant, comfrey, I transplanted 3 days ago. And this is a thistle that I transplanted also 3 days ago. And what I'm doing is marking what each one is, so that way my husband doesn't pull out the weeds. Now this is in my front yard. And here is mullein. I put it here because this location gets a lot of sunshine and intense heat in the summer, which this plant thrives on. This part of my garden gets a lot more sunlight than over there. So the mallow I put here, the wild carrot or Queen Anne's lace, some yarrow, and dandelion. My husband says I'm probably the first person who's ever transplanted dandelion. I don't know if that's the case or not, but I wouldn't be surprised. So the question that needs to be answered now is, why did I transplant all these wild plants? Number one, I just wanted to see how well many of them will do. As I already know from years gone by, this Virginia waterleaf has done incredibly well, even though it is a small patch. But more to the point is that if you want to have something for medicinal purposes or just for food purposes, and you're not having success growing something from seed, then transplant. Why not? But be sure to check with the local laws, because some plants are probably not allowed to be transported or transplanted, and I wouldn't want anyone to get into any legal trouble. So make sure you know the laws first. So on that note, let's take a peek one more time at the motherwort. As I mentioned when I was out there, look at that, the cleavers, and there's also some cleavers in there, so hopefully they thrive as well. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for being here right to the end of the video. And if you liked what you saw, please share. Please subscribe if you're new to my channel, and be sure to give it a thumbs up. Thank you, everyone.